Well, it's the key to getting a job, but a chore some people hate, writing or updating your resume.
But career experts say that you should be going through the process at least once a year, even if you're not job hunting. William Vanderbloemen is the CEO of an executive search firm and the author of Be the Unicorn. He joins us now to help your resume stand out in a crowd. Thank you for being here. So why should people actually update their resume once a year?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's a lot like, why should you go to the dentist once a year? You know,
Right.
And nobody wants to do that. Why do you go to your annual physical? It's to check your progress. And really, a resume at its core is a listing of your accomplishments. And if you get to a full year and you can't list one accomplishment that you've gotten done in that year, that should set off a warning sign for you that maybe you need to be getting a little more done. As a recruiter, having done 30,000 face-to-face interviews, it's the people who show me what they've done that cause me to trust that they'll be able to do something else in a new job.
And it's a great reminder because by the end of the year, you may have already forgotten all the things that you have done. So updating it more often probably makes it a lot easier. All right, so if someone has had the same job for years, how do they go about updating their resume?
Well, first of all, don't undervalue being at the same job for years. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we were looking at a great resignation and job churn, and employers were like, give me somebody that will stay a while. So if you've been there a while, that's a great thing for your resume. Stability, longevity, recruiters love that. What we don't like is stagnation. We don't like it if you've been sitting still doing the same thing over and over. So the question I would ask is, how can I put something on my resume that shows I tried a new responsibility, that I took on a volunteer opportunity for the office, that I took up a new skill set, I got certified in a new whatever your field is. Something that allows you to show that you're constantly improving, constantly trying to reach that next level, and with longevity at the same employer. That's going to stand out in a crowd like you might not believe.
How much lying is allowed on the resume? I mean, from a scale of Santos to, the truth. Like, how much?
Embellishing.
Let's be honest.
Well, honest is going to get hard in the next 5 years because the main writer of resumes right now is artificial intelligence. So I think instead of how much lying can I get away with, which I think everybody's probably asked at some point, it might be how authentic can I be in my resume and sound more human and not more polished and perfect. Because I think people are going to kind of have one eye open toward, was this a real person writing this, or is this a computer thing?
So you mentioned the Great Resignation, and I know during the pandemic, some people took a break, and I'm one who normalizes it's okay to take a break sometimes. So what do you do for people who may have had some gap in their employment?
Yeah, absolutely no problem at all. This was, and if you're in an interview and they question you about it, here's a great line. I used it all the time with our company. I just say, hey, you're going to have to pardon me. It's my first pandemic.
I like that one. I haven't heard that one.
That's not bad. So 3 tips to help your resume stand out, to become the unicorn.
Yeah, well, first of all, include a picture. And that's fairly new advice.
I've heard mixed things about that.
Yeah, well, I think old school is no pictures. But the reality is, you used to say, well, I've got all these resumes on file, or I have a Rolodex. Now everybody's got the same Rolodex. It's called LinkedIn. So people are going to find your picture anyway. And if you don't have your picture on LinkedIn, it's a little bit weird.
All right, we've got to get through the other 2 quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I would exclude anything about my objective is to do this. So include a picture, exclude your objective or what you want to get done, and then be sure to list the things that you've actually gotten done. The best predictor of future performance is past performance. Show me what you've done in the past. I'll believe you can do it again in the future.
Okay. All right, we love it. Well, William, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, I just got here, but I'm going to brush up my resume.
And for more career advice, you can check out William's Instagram page. The information is right there on your screen.